Yo, what is going on? Thank you so much for clicking on this free training, and I cannot wait to give you an absolutely value-packed video. Probably one of the best ones that you've seen on the internet so far. And we are going to have actionable steps on this video for you to actually take so that you can be successful. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this. Now, one thing I will note, just to let you know, I will be referring over to my notes quite a bit just because this is a ton of information and I want to make sure that I don't miss anything for you. So if you see me looking over here, it is because I am giving you everything that you clicked on this video for. Now, with that being said, in the age of the internet, there's so many successful online businesses that have come. But what if I told you that there are hundreds of people making money from these successful businesses without the risk of actually having to start one? Using this one recession-proof, high-demand skill that can make you anywhere from 8 to 12K a month on average. Now, just to show you that I'm not blowing smoke, on the screen, you'll see what I've made this year so far using this one skill. But it's not just me. For example, our student Akash made $15,000 a month with no experience at all. Our student Riff also in his very first month closed over $100,000 in deals. And of course, one of our students, Jack, that has closed well over $100,000 in sales and it continues to make commissions non-stop. And what's incredibly important to note is that they accomplished this without having to make content, start a business, or even have any experience when they first started. Now, you see, this is not some drop shipping, Amazon, e-commerce, crypto, or even Facebook ads, right? Or any other business model that you've probably been hearing and seeing online nonstop. What you're going to learn today is how to take advantage of what Forbes is calling the fastest growing $300 billion industry, which is projected to grow 20% year on year for the next 5 years. Now, what exactly is this skill? It's called remote closing. Now, what exactly is remote closing? First, let me tell you how I came across it so that this content has the proper context around it. By the way, this will not be some long drawn out video about my rags to riches story. I'm going to give you real value that you can act on today. And I even created a free guide that will get sent to you once you complete this video. That will help you take action on exactly what has been taught throughout this video today. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Zach Collins. I'm currently a 24-year-old seven-figure entrepreneur, and it wasn't that long ago that I was in a position just like most people where I was working a 9-to-5 job and even a 9-to-7 job that I had obtained through basically just looking at job applications, having to apply nonstop. And most importantly, I was working anywhere from 8 to 10-hour days nonstop, not making anything and barely surviving. Now, the place that I actually worked was a retail store. And in that retail store, I had to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning just because I did not want to talk to people. I just wanted to make money and I just wanted to see how I could do it. But I started looking and I realized I was making nothing. It was super hard to survive. And most importantly, all the bosses that I looked up to weren't really making that much either and weren't super happy with their life and their jobs. When I first actually started looking into making money online, I came across everything that you can possibly think of, but I needed something that would fit me and that I could actually succeed at very, very well if I tried hard in practice. You see, I'd already read the Rich Dad Poor Dads and other finance books, and I knew that if I wanted to actually become financially free, I would need to find a way to make money work for me. I mean, money can literally work 24/7, 365 days a week. It doesn't take holidays or take sick days. You put money to work and it will work. The only thing I was stumped on was how. All I ever came across was investing in 401ks or Roth IRAs to have millions of dollars when I was 60. But one, I really didn't want to wait 40 plus years to live the life that I wanted to live. And two, I was barely making $2,000 a month. So investing $100 a month into anything wasn't going to get me anywhere anytime soon. And it was kind of scary to even put money in there in the first place. So I realized I first needed to find a way to actually increase what I currently made by a lot. And I needed something that didn't take me thousands of dollars to start or take an additional 30 hours a week to start up and maintain. You see, I was still working my 9-to-5 job at that time because I still had to put food on the table. So I was going to go the entrepreneur route. And believe me when I say I've tried it all and seen it all. Affiliate marketing, drop shipping, crypto, day trading, starting an agency. Heck, at one point, I even tried those surveys that you submit and you actually make I think it's $15 or $20 after you submit one just because the company pays you for those surveys, right? So I tried it all. And all those different business models do work, but they were extremely complicated and a lot harder to become successful, especially in my situation, because you needed to learn so many different skills in order to succeed. Now, I realized at that time that without any real skills, I needed to be humble and realize that I wasn't an entrepreneur, but a want-entrepreneur. I mean, before a doctor is a doctor, they have to go to school and study being a doctor first, right? All successful real estate agents were interns first. Even teachers were teachers' assistants first. That's when I knew that I needed to start with a skill, so I went on the hunt. Not long after, I came across a bunch of YouTube videos on high-income skills, and that's when it all changed for me. One of those skills was actually closing. And it was introduced to me like this. That $300 billion industry that I told you about earlier in this video is the online coaching and consulting industry. People like Alex Hormozy, Brandon Carter, Iman Gadzhi, Grant Cardone, all of these people and so many more entrepreneurs in the industry. And more importantly, they followed this model to make money. They have an agency, consulting, or coaching service that is priced around $5K plus. And now that service can be fitness, health, consulting, relationship consulting, or even wealth and business building consulting services. Regardless, in order for them to get paying clients, they follow this process: ads or organic marketing, plus social media, right? Plus a DM conversation, and then eventually a phone call and a paying client. Now, if you know anything about any of the people that I named, you know that with the thousands of people reaching out to them per day, they don't have time to do anything. People like Iman Gadzhi and Grant Cardone can't possibly be on the phone for 3 to 5 hours a day taking calls to acquire paying clients while they're also doing videos and ads and all this other type of stuff. That becomes a huge problem for 7- and 8-figure businesses. And that is exactly where a remote closer comes in. Like I said, entrepreneurs have to focus on so many things for their business as a whole: marketing, fulfillment, sales, hiring, managing, advertising, funnel building, etc. The sooner they can hire and delegate responsibilities, it allows the entrepreneur's businesses to actually scale and make more money, which is exactly why remote closers get paid very handsomely for only 3 to 5 hours of work per day. Now, let's go over what remote closing is not and who it is not for. It is not pushy, sleazy, dishonest sales. It is not cold calling hundreds of people per day in order to make a sale. And it is not bothering people just to make money. Remote closing is what we call consultative sales. Some of the names that I mentioned before you may recognize. So does every single person who wants to buy their service. The people you get on a call with as a remote closer not only know of the entrepreneur and their content, but they know exactly what services are actually being offered. As a remote closer, your job is to assess the prospect's problem. See if the service you sell will give that prospect a good solution, and also determine whether or not that prospect is a good fit or not for the services provided. Now, you're very much like a doctor and not pushing anything down anyone's throat or behaving like a sleazy used car salesman. More importantly, as a remote closer, you will be taking on average 5 calls a day on $5,000 services. The closing industry standard you actually close at is around 20%. So let's do the math real quick. You have a $5,000 product, 10% commissions, industry standard as well, which is around $500 per sale. 5 calls a day, Monday through Friday, is 25 calls a week. Now, if you close 20% of those calls, that's 5 closes per week, which means that is $2,500 per week, which in result is about $10,000 a month. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, that changed my life entirely. $10,000 a month is a ton of money, and it can completely turn your world around. And even if for some reason you took half the calls or closed at half of 20%, you would still be making $5,000 a month, working less than 25 hours a week from anywhere in the world where you can bring your laptop. Remote closing seemed perfect because it was one skill that I could learn within 60 days that wouldn't take me more than 5 hours a week to learn. And once I learned, I could easily transition out of my 9-to-5 job and into closing full time. You see, there are 2 things that you must have if you want to be successful as a remote closer, especially starting with zero experience: skill an opportunity. So you may be saying, I've never sold anything before in my life. How can I gain the skills to sell 4-figure services to people, and how long will that take? Well, this on my own took me 6 months. Okay, some people may falsely tell you that it takes years of the right experience, etc. But the truth is, if you have a solid closing script to understand the fundamentals, a foundational understanding of sales in general, and a place to practice/improve, you're golden. And it should only take you about 2 to 3 months. To do this on your own, you will receive steps in the guide I send you. Plus, I will send you the same 6-figure closing script that I use to generate over $100,000 in revenue a month. Now, another question that most people have, and you probably have right now, is where do I go to find a remote closing position once I'm ready? Well, of course, you can go to Facebook groups. You can DM a lot of influencers on Instagram. You can go to Upwork and LinkedIn. That's exactly how I did my job search to find opportunities when I was going about it solo. I don't have tons of time to dive into that in particular on this short training video, but on your own, this will be the harder part of your journey. Identifying quality opportunities that will allow you to make the money that you want to make, and then actually crushing the interview to secure the position is tough. Now, one thing that I will say I'm afraid of is this might have hurt you more than it helped. You know about closing, steps to take. I'm sending you a free guide and script, which is already more value than 90% of the YouTube videos that you'll come across researching on your own. You have no community to actively gain and sharpen your skills, no accountability to stick to this, no clarity on how you're actually going to become a remote closer, or even structure on applying the knowledge being given to you so you can succeed efficiently. Most importantly, it could take you months just to find an opportunity on your own. You just don't have a sense of exactly what you're looking for and how to crush an interview once you do find what you are looking for. And that's assuming you already have remote closing skills, which can take months for you to develop on your own, especially if you're starting from zero. That's just the reality. It's the reality I had to face when I was trying to go about this journey alone as well, and I just want to give you nothing but the truth. That's why I do have an option for you. I made this video for you because, look, I let you know straight up that you aren't qualified right now to work in a one-on-one setting with me and my coaching staff. If you're serious about making an online income and you're willing to put in the work, you'll be glad to hear this. Before I go into that, let's go over who this isn't for. Okay, this is not for people who are not serious about making at least 6 to 10K a month with remote closing. This is not for somebody stuck in information gathering mode and not prepared to take action to actually get results. This is also not for somebody that makes excuses and constantly complains, or that expects a free handout, or people who want something for nothing. No skin in the game. Now, the opportunity I'm about to present to you is not free. Another humbling moment for me when I started was realizing we're always paying in some way, either time or money. I could go to the library and become educated enough to become a lawyer if I really tried, but it would take me twice, maybe 3 times as long as paying to go to university and getting that guidance, structure, and accountability. How do you expect to enroll other people in investing in themselves when you yourself won't even invest in your own education? We're a university and an education system, not a charity. If universities didn't have tuition fees, they would literally cease to exist and be able to help no one. Now that we have the weak-minded people out of the way, let me tell you who this is for. If you want an affordable way to make money online and just don't know where to start, but you're willing to do what it takes to win, it's for you. People who've done sales, maybe other industries, and want to get started in remote closing to make an even better income 100% remotely, this is for you as well. And the last person it's for is someone that's currently a remote closer who wants to increase their skill set and income even more so than they're already at right now. If remote closing resonates with you, I want to introduce to you Simply Close Bronze. Click the link below to be introduced to our exclusive offer for you, which is Simply Close Bronze. See the people we've helped, see exactly what we offer and how we'll help you specifically, which includes mapping out a plan to hit your monthly income goals in the next 90 days, right? Finding the best opportunity you're suited for, how to hone your remote closing skills to be on pace for 6 to 10K a month in the next 30 to 60 days through our training, community, and exclusive guidance from a certified closer that's already making 10K plus a month. And it's all cheaper than the next dinner that you're going to pay for tonight. That's the beauty of it. So I'm super, super excited to see you in soon, and I cannot wait to help you absolutely crush your goals and make sure that you live the life that you truly deserve. I'll see you inside.